It's been a devastating series of events. It is shocking to the country. The city of Vancouver is reeling from this, and many of the local residents in that area have to come to grips with what has happened last night. I want to turn to our next guest who's been standing by with us. Sheldon Nipshank was actually at the festival yesterday. He lives in the area. Sheldon, thank you for making time for us, and I'm really sorry for what you and the community are dealing with today.
Hi, Natasha. Thank you. Yeah, I just send my regards out to the family, and I hope everybody is able to deal with this in a way where they can cope with everything.
Sheldon, tell me about where you were last night, just after 8, when this horrible incident happened. What did you see?
I left my house because I was going to go to an AA meeting, so I stopped at Church's Chicken, and then I heard the music across the street, so I went across the street to check it out. And I heard all the music, so I was checking out the food trucks, and I hung out there for a minute, for maybe like 5-10 minutes, and then I walked down to the AA meeting, and then I stayed there for a bit, and then I wanted to go check the festival back out. So as I was walking back up there, I saw the sirens, and I saw a bus pulled over with a cop parked in front of it, and then I heard somebody on the street talking, saying, "Did you hear what happened?" Didn't really click in, but I thought maybe a car accident maybe have happened up in front of the bus. So I kept walking up towards the festival, and then I started seeing cops running down the street, paramedics, firefighters, and so I kept walking. I walked into the school field where the music was playing, but the music wasn't playing nowhere, obviously. But I walked down the fence line of the sidewalk, and I started seeing bodies and injured people. I saw a lady yelling, saying she can't feel her legs, and the paramedics were helping her. And then on the video that I got, there was 4 cops there. I think the guy was deceased. And then so I kept walking down the side of the fence, and I was seeing more bodies and stuff like that. It was pretty traumatic.
I'm so sorry, Sheldon. I've never witnessed anything like that. I imagine most people have not. What was going through your mind as you were seeing this scene?
I was just thinking, like, how can you wake up in the morning and just, like, want to do that to a bunch of people that are just innocent, that are just minding their own business, enjoying a festival?
Were you alone at that moment? Were you with anybody?
I was by myself. I don't live too far from there, so I was, and my AA meeting is close by, so I was just walking to it.
Were you scared?
Yeah, I was pretty scared. I was like, because I was there before it happened, so I was like, imagine if I would have stayed and listened to the music, and somebody was just telling me, I guess the Black Eyed Peas were there, so I was like, oh, imagine if I would have stayed to listen, and I was there, so.
And what were the police like? I was, by that time you saw the police there, right? So what were they telling the public?
The police were there, but they weren't really worried about the people that were in the surrounding area. They were more worried about the people that were laying on the ground and the injured. But after like me filming the video, the video was 3 minutes, and then I took some pictures. It was all together about 10 minutes, and then after that, I heard on a police walkie-talkie of saying, "Clear the area." And then as people were taking photos and pictures, the cop was saying, "Okay, you guys got to clear the area. This isn't time for pictures and videos." So they started moving us down the street towards Tim Hortons, and then they kept moving us back so they can put up police tape. And then that's when all the way down from Church's Chicken on 41st all the way up to 43rd, it was filled with police cars, ambulances, and fire trucks.
Sheldon, I just want to acknowledge that you mentioned that you recorded that videotape. We're not airing it because I understand it's very graphic, and you know, people, they're still waking up to this news. A lot of people are still waiting to find out if their loved one is alive or not, so, or if they're going to make it because they're being treated in hospital. So we don't want to show it. And you've sort of described the scene already, but what were you able to capture in that moment?
I was able to capture, when I first walked into the field, I was able to get, there's 4 police. They were holding, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to presume that the guy was deceased. I saw there's a bunch of blood on the shirt. They carried him for a few minutes to a table, and then they put him on a table, and then they carried him down the street. And then on the video, I got the paramedics. They were giving CPR to somebody that was on the ground that got hit. I don't know if he lived or not, but they were going pretty hard. They trying to save his life.
Do you know anybody who was affected by what happened?
No, I don't. I just live in the area, and I heard the music, and I thought I'd go check it out. It's the weekend, my day off at work, so it seemed like something cool to check out.
Yeah, I mean, anybody would. And by all accounts, before 8 p.m., this was a wonderful, wonderful day and filled with thousands of people from across the community getting together, having a good time. What's it like there in the neighborhood today, Sheldon?
I imagine everybody's pretty down. Everybody's probably pretty traumatic event. Probably not a whole lot of words, just a whole lot of sadness, and just hoping that everybody gets through this.
What you witnessed is horrifying. How are you feeling? I mean, how are you going to process this yourself?
I don't know. It hasn't fully sunk in yet, but I imagine when it sinks in, I'll be pretty rough. But I live in a house with a group of guys at a recovery house, so I have a lot of people to talk to. So,
Sheldon, I just want to thank you for your time. I'm so sorry for what you've witnessed, and if you need support, my friend, because you might, these things settle into the spirit and the soul, and they can sort of eat away at you. Make sure you talk to somebody about it, okay?
yes, thank you, Natasha.
You take care of yourself. Thank you again for making time for us.
Yeah, you have a good day. Thank you.
You too.